Does anybody have anything to say about the quarterback situation in Indianapolis before we start the power rankings conversation? Would you put Anthony Richardson back in?
No, you can't.
So I just think right now you got to ride the hot hand. Flacco hasn't been the reason why you've lost any of the games that he's had to come in for. I don't know the severity of Richardson's injury, so like why not just let him heal up? But the one thing I want to just turn this back to the Patriots before we move on. It's insulting to me that we paid Jacoby Brissett $8.2 million and the Colts paid Joe Flacco $2.
Well, especially because Joe Flacco finished the season as like one of the better QBs last season, so it seems kind of obvious. It seems kind of obvious now that you look at it, right?
Definitely keep Flacco in. By the way, he has one of the best quarterback ratings in the league at this point.
And also, I mean, what are your goals for the season? I mean, it's the age-old argument we've had it all season about the Pats and Drake May. Let Richardson learn how to not be a fucking bonehead in certain situations, which is the thing Flacco hasn't been doing for these kind of golden years seasons that he's come in for. He's just been really professional. He just looks like a pro QB from a bygone era, quite frankly. Like they don't really make him like that anymore. Right. To be honest, you're either great or you fucking suck now. Which I'm sure we'll come on to when we sort of talk about the overreactions of these young QBs that we've seen across 6 weeks. But yeah, all right, I would probably stick with Flacco too, as much as I'd like to see Anthony Richardson in there because I think he's fun. He also he's made some mistakes and let the kid off the hook. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Seahawks, I don't know. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. We'll see if they make a real honorable mentions conversation or a real crosshouse conversation, but I'm rolling past them. Wait and see on the Chargers still. I think they're better under Harbaugh. I think Herbert's looking decent. But again, and their defense is looking, which I think everyone sort of predicted is looking tighter. But again, we got to wait and see on them. It does look like coaching was the issue. Niners, we've discussed them at length about their season from hell. Could they still finish the season with double-digit wins? Yes. Could they start looking like the Niners again? Yes. But, it still has a voodoo about it because, like, you hear that Christian McCaffrey has, like, arthritis in both his ankles. It's like, Jesus, that's good God. I mean, that's just terrible.
Sounds terrible. Sounds
it's
awful.
Just bad. It's not. It's a bad read.
So whatever he's going through is not good.
It's a bad read. And actually, on that note, leg break that you pointed out to me, Mike.
So bad
leg break. Hutchinson's leg break. The experience of watching it like 3 times, but not seeing what had happened until like you texted and you were like, look bottom right at his leg, and I was like, oh. And it's not funny, honestly. I feel genuinely so fucking bad for the guy. I'm laughing because I'm so uncomfortable. Terrible injury. I genuinely hope he is okay. Like not just like playing football again. I hope that guy's like life isn't altered from that injury. That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Like it's bad when while they're still in the game broadcast, they've said he's been taken in for surgery.
Yeah, that's like emergency
that happened all in the same minute.
That's fucking crazy, dude. That's such a freak accident, and I hope his family weren't watching. To be honest, because you don't need to see that shit. But
worse, just as bad as people were comparing it to the Theismann break.
That I think it was worse than the Theismann break. I think it was worse.
But also like the Alex Smith one goes unnoticed, but that almost
what about the Dak one?
Not as bad.
Not as bad. I mean, he slammed his ankle into the ground to try and slam it back into place.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
Yeah, and then his ball fell off.
The Carson Palmer one always made me a little a little gross because like I think about that one when they talk about like hitting quarterbacks below the knee, and I'm just, or even punters and stuff, I'm always just like, that's fine that rule exists.
What about the tight end? The tight end that caught it in the corner of the end zone. Who? Greg Olsen?
Greg Olsen when he like landed and his whole shit snapped. Yeah, that was fucking gross. Yeah. That was disgusting. I can't believe that this podcast is into all the grossest injuries that we can think of. Lawrence Taylor did feel really bad about that Joe Theismann.
I mean, he called for help.
I know. It's like you're so just like, oh my God, that's like the meanest guy in the league, and he's just like, Jesus. You're just like, Ugh. Yeah, that was gruesome, dude. That was gruesome. What was your worst ever injury, Mike? We know Bobby's.
Okay, well, I was running on the beach, and I put the brakes on, and the brakes, they worked, and I snapped my
Ooh, that's a
tibia,
tough one.
like
Ooh,
right
that's
then
a
and
tough
there.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad one for sure. I've had a few, but my worst was I was dicking around with my friend outside the movie theater, and we were like play fighting, and he like accidentally kind of put a little pressure on like my knee when I went to kick him, and for whatever reason, my kneecap just slipped out and was just hanging like down the side of my leg.
No.
It was really, really gross. And the worst part about that is it's a dislocation. So it happens again. I did it on my honeymoon.
Yep.
I
And
did it
again.
on my honeymoon. I had to pop it back in myself in a hotel room in fucking Spain, and I just
Yep.
didn't tell Leah about it because I didn't want her to like freak out. But my fucking getting off the plane like 2 days later, my knee was like a watermelon. Bobby, we know yours. You fell off a bridge in Los Angeles and broke your spine. You win. Bobby wins.
Yep. I win.
Bobby wins.
Yeah, that hurt all of us. Felt it from
Right.
here. Well, on that note, great transition. We're
It's
talking
not a
about the
joke
Chicago
either,
Bears at number
everyone.
10.
It's really.
No, it's not a joke. He really did do that. He was listening to Seal's I Believe I Can Fly, and he just thought, you know what? No one's ever really put this song to the test.
It's R. Kelly, actually. Funny enough.
Oh, you're right. Actually, that was wrong with me.
And that is funny enough.
I think we could give Seal that song now that we know how bad R. Kelly sucks. We could just like give it to him and put it in his catalog, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't need it though. He's got Kiss from a Rose. Like that.
I mean, if you
All
write
time.
Kiss,
in my opinion.
it's unbelievable. It's amazing. But if you write Kiss from a Rose, are you good forever? Are you rich forever? If you're smart,
Yeah.
right? If you're not like a total
He should
dildo, you're fine. Plus, I'm pretty sure he was married to a supermodel also, and they're very well paid.
Yeah,
But
Heidi
they got
Klum.
divorced, right? Sad but true. All right. Well, this has been Gossip Corner with your hosts of the NFL podcast.
Really glad that we cut the honorable mentions short today. Like we did a really good
Honorable
job
mention,
condensing that
Seal.
section.
Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
The Bears are at number 10 in the power rankings. Honestly, I couldn't be prouder.
Injuries.
Back injuries. I couldn't be prouder. I'm so fucking happy